the average temperature as a function of the day of the year in a particular city is given by this equation, where T is the temperature in degrees Celsius, right? So temperature and D is the day of the year, where January 1st is day 1. So we know that every single point is day and temperature. Okay, so because whatever is there is my Y, and whatever is on the right side is the X, okay? Graph the equation on your calculator. State the coordinates of the first min and the first max. I kind of give you a little hint there already. So let's type that in and see what we get. Maybe before we graph, what I always do is actually on the side, I will go, what is the highest this thing ever goes? What is the lowest this ever goes? So I'll go, this is my D, this is the midpoint, right? So I go 519 plus 1635, and then I go 519 minus 1635, the amplitude, right? And I get, if I do that, I get my max is 21.54, so that's the hottest it ever gets at the city. And the lowest is negative 1116. So you already have a pretty good idea of the highest and the low. I do find the period as well. I go 2 pi divided by whatever B is. And I'm just going to go by my key here to help us out. And no surprise, but it's 365.3015, right? So it's about, the period is about 365 days. So the period is always along the x-axis. So this is in days technically. It takes 365 days for the cycle to repeat. Okay? These two are in degrees Celsius, right? So let's go ahead and type this in now and try to graph it, because I don't want you to just, I mean, worst case scenario on the test, you do what you need to do, on the exam I should say. I don't expect you to always do like, okay, let's see what we have here, right? Like, how does it behave? I would like you to, but you can also just type it in and see what you get. I type that in. I'm going to do a zoom standard, and I'm going to go window. I know that my min, I'm going to go to negative 15. My max, I'm going to go to 25, right? Just to make sure I account for these two here. And my x min, I don't care about the negative, so I'm just going to go negative 5 there. For the x max, I usually go 3. I try to include 3 periods. So I just go, this is not a hard rule, but I go 3 times 365. And that's going to guarantee you having a pretty good graph there. Okay. So it takes 365 to go from the highest to the highest, or 365 to go from the lowest to the lowest. So we see this is one cycle, this is another cycle. So 3 caps would be 2 cycles. Okay. So we did graph it. Let's find our first min. This min is actually still in the positive, so I'm going to go find it. Second trace minimum. You got to go to the left of it, and you got to go to the right of it. And there you go. So for A, the min, the coordinate, the actual point is 15.67. That is the first one, and the first max. I have it, I think, here. Well, let's just go with this for now. The first max is 198.33 21.54. No surprises there. So I went second. Trace, min. You can go doctor's note on this one. I'm okay with that. What's the meaning of the period in this situation? It's in this case, it's the number of days. For a full cycle to complete. And let's say this is the exam and you want to make sure that you come across like they know you know what's happening. The days between a high and another high. Right? The days between a high, and so if you want to graph this like this, you're going to say this is the period right here. Or you can say between the low and another low. Okay? So, there we go. What is the first day of the year that the average temperature for the day is about 10 degrees Celsius? In this case, if you read carefully, they're like, what is the day when you're at 10 degrees Celsius? So y2 is equal to 10. Second trace, intersect. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to tell you it is x is equal to 124.36. So on the 124th day, because it says what is the day, which day? It doesn't ask for how long will it take to get to the 10. It says on which day. What if you had rounded to 125, 125th day? I think you would have been okay, as long as you round in this case. And then your favorite. Oh, I thought we were supposed to graph. Did I? Oh yeah, we were supposed to graph. I didn't. Okay. That's okay. Not always will we graph. D, how many days of the year is the average temperature below freezing? So they're basically saying in this case, if you graph this, you have many cycles, but you're going to draw your 0 line because that's the freezing. 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing mark. So we're going to find this and this, okay, T1, T2, and figure that out. Is that not on the key? I don't see it. Did anybody do this? Oh yeah, I have it way at the top because it didn't fit. There you go. This one is 308.4309, and this one is 88.2198. And so delta T is when you subtract them, right? 308.43 something minus 88.21 something, and it's 145.09 days. Here we go. Can we just do a sketch of the graph? Like, I'm going to try to squeeze it in here. It's not going to be, it's just a sketch. It's sketch, right? Sketch. So I know that I go somewhere, like if I want to kind of do this to scale, this is 10, 20, 30, 20, 21 is right about there. And I go as low as -11, right? So -11 is right about there. So this curve stays between there and there. High and low. 365, if I just want one period in here, my first low, the first low is at 15, then the max is at 198. So I'm going to do this. 100, 200, 300, 400. So every mark is 100, 500, 600, 700. Okay. So the first one is at 15. I'm at the low 15 right here. And at 198, I'm at a high. So I'm going to add, what's 198 plus 365? Let's just do the math on the side here. 198 plus 365, because nobody's going to know that it's 563. It's right about there. And then 1567, so 15 plus 365, 380. So we're going to be somewhere in this neighborhood right here. So you could go like this, up, back down, up, and so forth. Okay. So I don't want you to forget how to sketch. And how do I come up with the x values? I kind of look at the period, and then I just keep going a little further than just one period, right? There we go. I'm going to stop here.